The Chicago Bears just pulled a fast one on the NFL, and this is an afterthought that's already paying huge dividends. And the addition I want to talk about is that of Case Keenum. It's already looking like a sneaky good signing, and it's not just for the experienced option on the team to take the field in case of injury. I think it might be possible. This was the sneakiest, the best acquisition of the entire offseason when looking at impact versus investment. And yes, I'm talking about a backup quarterback. So what I'm saying is Keenum, Williams now has a guy to turn to and work with that's not technically a coach, even though he's essentially one at this point in his career. And it's not only helping Williams, but it's also helping the Chicago Bears kind of juke some league rules. Get another one of these small advantages that stack up over time and provide huge dividends. And this is straight from Sports Illustrated's Albert Breer. The Bears adding Case Keenum to the quarterback room was indeed intentional, and Williams has taken advantage of it. In using Keenum almost as another coach after hours, to work around the collective bargaining agreement, mandated limits on what the coaches can actually do with the players at this point in the calendar. I mean, guys, this is the main function of having Case Keenum on the roster, even though he's had success spinning the ball in the field, no doubt about that. But the coaches found a sneaky way to skirt the rules on player contact. And I'm going to get to later in this video how it's looking like the Bears essentially communicated exactly that to him, that he would essentially be coaching Caleb Williams, and he saw the staff assembled, and it really sold him on coming to Chicago. And this was calculated from the moment he came to Hallis Hall to speak with the Bears about joining the team. And it shows the thoroughness as well in the way that the Bears are leaving no stone unturned to ensure the success of one Caleb Williams. So let's look at how we got here. Last year's quarterback room, right? Inadequate, right? Sure, we had a rookie first rounder, but behind him, a feisty, I'll give him that, but inexperienced Tyson Bagent. Rippin, he was on the team. He showed out in that Hall of Fame game, if you remember, but he didn't stick. So who else was on the team? Like rookie Austin Reed, strong arm, short on experience. So when the signing of Case Keenum was announced coming into the season, it kind of felt like an afterthought. Okay, we're getting someone with experience, kind of a cursory move toward at least bringing someone with experience into the room, right? But now we know that it was done for a reason. It was done to give the team an advantage that wasn't there last year. And they refused to give him any guidance last year in film study. You guys, we've talked about that, expecting rookie to completely handle it on his own. But one of the craziest decisions last year, the absolute refusal for the team to sign a veteran quarterback to help out. And a lot of experts, they really felt that Caleb Williams would have benefited in a huge way last year by having someone who's been around the league for a long time, a guy who knows how it works, a guy who could take him under his wing. Instead, Chicago just decided to say, we're good. We have Tyson Bagent. Let's roll. So you know what? These weird decisions, this lack of support in full of Caleb Williams, that ends now. And if you look at Ben Johnson, he is being so thorough. He wasn't going to make the same mistake. And after putting together his staff, one of the first things that he did, one of the first orders of business was to find a veteran quarterback to back up Williams, and the decision, it proved to be a really easy one, and it was made extremely quickly. And actually, Chicago lured Case Keenum away from Houston, fresh off his efforts mentoring CJ Stroud. And actually, from what Keenum has to say in this press conference, the Bears actually leveraged him out of retirement. It's turning out 37-year-old quarterback Case Keenum, he had a lot of thoughts about actually hanging it up, thoughts of retiring from the NFL, but that was before he received a call from Bears head coach Ben Johnson. And let's hear it straight from Keenum. This was just yesterday. Well, it was actually Thursday. To be honest, I was pretty close to being done after last year and being hurt. Tough situation. Morning coffee. The Bears called, and I come up here and meet with Ben. It was supposed to be a 15-minute meeting, and it felt like a couple hours later, This is a special place. So after the visit, Keenum said that he went a step further. He watched a bunch of tape on Caleb Williams and from his rookie season last year, and he walked away really impressed with what he saw from the former number one pick, and actually it made him want to come to the Bears to work with him. And this was a little more from Case. I was like, holy cow, this guy's really good. He has a chance to be a lot better. It's been great. It's been so much fun coming here and playing and being part of that quarterback room and the offense, and also working with Ben and Deck, offensive coordinator Declan Doyle, and quarterbacks coach JT Barrett, and pass game coordinator Press Taylor, and obviously with Caleb. Case Keenum really loves this staff. Also Tyson Bagent, Austin Reed, and all the guys in that room. So Keenum is still figuring out his new surroundings, kind of getting to know his new teammates, but he's found it refreshing thus far working with Caleb. And he said that Caleb has also shown an impressive amount of humility, learning from him, learning from coaches, getting involved in this scheme. And also, with this sneaky move, Case Keenum has had tons of time to really prepare Caleb Williams within this offense, to show him the ropes of being a pro quarterback, to really be a coach and spend time with him when normally a coach wouldn't be able to due to CBA rules. So a little more about Keenum, talking about Caleb. The guy's a sponge for being an all-world talent, a guy who's obviously since high school been the best player on any field anywhere he's ever stepped on, to be humble enough to ask me questions and to watch and learn. It's been really refreshing to see a guy that young and that talented, but still take to me what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? It's been really fun. So let's see exactly who Case Keenum is as a player, right? 37 years old. He's been widely revered for a long time in NFL circles as having just a really great mind for the game. This guy is going to eventually be a coach. And Albert Breer from MMQB, he was really talking about Williams already taking advantage of his presence on the team. So progress has been steady. Williams is working on it. But on the field, every single practice, every time he's out there, Caleb Williams has been good for at least one throw that looks like, wow, did he really do that? He's got a penchant for the big play. Now he's got to get a little bit better about the mundane. And this isn't the first time that Case Keenum has shown his value outside playing on the field. Chicago knew exactly what they were doing, and he's been a pretty good backup. He had some good years in Minnesota that we remember as far as being NFC North people, but he's helped mold young quarterbacks in his past. If you look back in his past, it started with Baker Mayfield in Cleveland. Case Keenum was a huge influence on him, and he actually was incremental in the development of Josh Allen in Buffalo, if you can believe it. And then most recently, really was a coach, really was a really good mentor for CJ Stroud in Houston, right? Williams is now his latest product. And the coaches are essentially smart to give him free rein. They're giving him license to do whatever's required to tutor Caleb Williams on the really details of the position. And it sounds like Williams is taking full advantage of that little loophole in the NFL rules, spending lots of time with Case Keenum. And even though Keenum probably isn't fully entrenched within the Johnson offense yet, it's still a work in progress, it's still getting installed, he for sure knows how to watch film. Caleb said is that something that he needs. Not that he doesn't know how to watch film in his press conference. So it was kind of a ridiculous question. But just to have someone there pointing out, here's how you do it more efficiently. Here's what to look for on this play. Here's how you can get as much film into your mind as possible in the shortest period of time. Keenum can definitely help with that. He can also help diagnose defensive looks. He can start talking to him about conditioning his body and mind for Sunday football, and essentially just giving Caleb everything that he lacked with the last coaching regime and earlier than would be typically available. This is just a fantastic move by the Chicago Bears. Williams had a rocky rookie season, I'll give you that, but he still threw for over 3,500 yards, 4,000 total yards, really good touchdown to interception ratio, set that record for consecutive passes without an interception as a rookie. Just a really lot of things to be excited about. And now we have a coach on the field, off the field, that's going to give that little extra tutelage that he desperately needs. So you guys, this is a great move. Let me know in the comments what you think. And hey, if this is fun, if you want to be a part of this community, hit the subscribe button. Would love to have you aboard as we build this channel, pushing towards 10,000 subscribers, and I need you guys to do it. Bear down, and I'll continue to be here with the Bears news on the daily. See ya.